I'm Marcus Gillizo. Welcome to Screen Hub TV. We're broadcasting to you direct from SPAA Fringe 2007 at the Chevelle Cinema in Sydney, Australia, and straight out of the Metro Screen Studios below. Screen Hub TV draws from the highly popular and trusted Screen Hub website to create the television show for those that make television and films, commercials, games, animation and online content, and just about anything that fits on the big screen or the small. Hanging out here at SPAA Fringe is a great way to bump into some pretty interesting people. One such person is our first guest, Dee McLachlan. After an extensive career in South Africa, America and Southeast Asia, where she made 5 feature films and directed more than 50 television programs, Dee has certainly arrived on the scene in Australia, with her most recent film, The Jammed. It's a social thriller about trafficking and the sex slave trade in Melbourne. Please welcome to the studio, Dee McLachlan. Hi Dee, how are you?
Hi Marcus.
Thanks for joining us on
you.
Screen Hub TV. With her now, I actually understand you started out your career as a botanist before getting into filmmaking.
Yeah, it didn't take me long to work out that I actually wanted to look through a camera lens rather than through a microscope. So yeah, I changed to the film industry quite quickly.
Now tell us about The Jammed. I understand that it's about quite an important social, political issue.
Yeah, I'd first read about it in about 2004 and I was shocked to find out that it was actually happening in Australia, because it's always happening in some other third world country. And so I decided to write the script, and the script's about 3 foreign girls being trafficked into Australia, and about this Chinese mother coming to search for her daughter.
And it's based on court transcripts, or they were your inspiration?
Yeah, that was my inspiration. Research, actual events, court transcripts. You know, I actually sat in on a court case for a while, and so yeah, that's what inspired me, and you know, sort of angered me in a way to get this into a film.
That motivation, it got your blood going.
Yes.
Got to do something about this.
Yes.
Now, the making of the film, this has been done on a low budget. How did you actually raise the money?
Well, eventually, you know, we tried to fund it through the normal funding routes. Which,
don't tell me you were knocked back by everybody.
Well, kind of, you know, that's there's a lot of competition out there for a small amount of money. And so I realised that it's a dark subject, it's a difficult subject to get financed, and I'll have to do it on a low budget and to make it viable to recoup its costs. And so I eventually found one investor to put in you know, 400,000. And as the film, you know, when the film started looking pretty good, we encouraged Film Victoria to put in another 150 to add more value to the film.
And what was their motivation? I mean, you come in and say, was it a business decision by the investor, or was it actually a political decision?
Well, I didn't show him the script.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
well done.
I sort of vaguely told him the story.
That sounds very Hollywood. I didn't show them the script.
Yeah. As soon as you have the script in the mix, then there's a reason to turn it down.
Yeah.
And I sold it on a business decision. And
because you've had some previous successes.
Yes, I could show that my other films had made their money back. So I could say, well, I'm doing this one for much less. It should make its money back.
And once it was completed, what happened next with the film? Have you managed to find distribution for it?
Well, then we hit a little bit of a brick wall, because local distributors didn't really know what to do with the film. They thought this is, you know, they liked the film, but they said this is a dark subject. Who's going to want to see this?
What's this issue about a dark subject? I mean, Fight Club's hardly an upbeat film. I mean, you know, a film like that. Is it that we don't want to deal with political issues at the moment in our filmmaking?
I just don't think the distributors generally know what to do with like a political thriller or social thriller, and just didn't think that the audience were going to be engaged in it. And then we were lucky enough to find another producer who wanted to be a distributor as well, John L. Simpson, and we went out and we sort of co-distributed with him. And
you've done it in an unconventional way, haven't you?
Yeah, very unconventional. And we're fortunate to be able to do that now with hard drive theatrical
Now, what
viewing.
was the story there? Someone told me that John went out and bought a bunch of hard drives and sort of plugged the film onto them and you know, sort of picked them up at Officeworks. I like this. Rather than going to AtLab and saying, can you just knock out 300 prints for me at $2,000 a pop, you actually went and bought a few hard drives.
Well, that's essentially what happens. And it started off from one digibeta, gets put onto a hard drive, and
then you just hit copy.
And the hit copy. I think it does it in about 12 minutes or something.
Oh,
it's
lovely.
Incredible. And then literally, additional, he went and bought 10 other hard drives and got them transferred, this company that transfers them, and then just posted them out to the various cinemas. And
Fantastic.
Those cinemas post them on.
Wonderful. And
Yes.
how's it gone at the box office? Is it out yet?
Yeah, well, it's been running 10 weeks now, I think.
Wow.
And
You've outdone most Hollywood films there.
yeah. And it's, it's taken in, it's never been in more than about 6 or 8 screens, or sort of earning screens. There've been some times when it's there, it's in a tiny little screen somewhere. But yeah, it's generally earned about 370,000 so far.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So between that and DVD, you're probably going to be returning to your investor.
Yeah, well,
their
only
money.
a little bit of money comes back from theatrical, because
Yep.
there's exhibition deductions and stuff like that. But yeah, it will. It's done really well for what the movie is.
Great. And finally, SPAA Fringe. I understand that you're going to be speaking at the SPAA Fringe event.
Yeah, I'll be speaking with Andrea Buck, who is my business partner, and we're speaking about 2 low-budget films. One film we did in 1991 for $20,000 called Deadly Chase, that sold to about 24 countries. And then this is like the next, the other low-budget film. So yeah, we're going to talk about those 2 films.
Wonderful. All right, well, I look forward to seeing you at SPAA Fringe, and thank you very much for joining us on
Thank you,
Street Hub
Marcus.
TV.